look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Ryan to throw. Going up, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. They'll roll him out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Duke Riley in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Bridgewater. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. And he will find a man here as Thomas comes open. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Falcons say they have it. They do.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
For the Falcons, Charles, we talked all year about the injuries that they had in 2018, and you kind of touched on it earlier, too. It's hard to get around them, though, when you look back. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. The 20, 10, touchdown, Falcons. Tevin Coleman, 81 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. There's an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Bryant's extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. While we have a second here, let's peek back to the Super Bowl. The lowest scoring Super Bowl, Charles, in history, 13-3. And it took us 53 minutes to get our first touchdown of Super Bowl 53.
Can you believe they went into the half, 3-0 New England, Stephen Gostkowski with a field goal. Then they finally tie it up with Greg Zuerlein at the end of 3 quarters of the Rams knocking one through the post. The Patriots, a third team to win the year after losing.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Deion Jones in there to get him for a loss of 5. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Bridgewater. Again has it complete. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Before this next drive gets going, we need to discuss the Hall of Fame inductees. There will be 8 in the 2019 class. We got Champ Bailey, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law. Who else am I forgetting in there?
Well, how about a big guy, a lineman, Kevin Mawai, who was absolutely terrific in his career. How about Ed Reed with the Baltimore Ravens and the great job he did in the secondary there. Pat Bowlen, Gil Brandt as contributors, the owner of the Broncos and the longtime scout with the Cowboys. And I love the senior committee bringing in Johnny Robinson, the safety with Kansas City.
Tony Gonzalez was a first ballot guy. And, of course, when I hear Ty Law's name, you think, wow, he started this great Patriots dynasty that we're still living in.
You're exactly right. And the Patriots, with all of their championships, probably underrepresented in the Hall of Fame.
A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, let's go!
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Alex Okafor in there to sack him for a loss of 6. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Left! Gun! 287!
From the gun, it's Ryan. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And Bryant's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Well, as the dust settles for the New Orleans Saints on this season, yes, a lot of disappointment for the 2nd year in a row. But, you know, 13-3, #1 seed for the first time since 2009. Now, they did suffer the first home playoff loss under Breeze and Peyton after 6 wins, but a lot to be proud of this year for New Orleans.
No doubt about it. I mean, that team jumped out right from the word go. Well,
now the pressure comes and he goes down just inside the 10, back at the 9.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After the interception, here's Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 38 yards. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. He's to the 10, and he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, a 21-yard touchdown run, and the Falcons will add on to their lead. Here's Bryant for the extra point. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, Bridgewater. Flush to his right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Flushed out right. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
I think